Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine at your places. Today I'm here to discuss about the new subject, that is computer networks, to the 5th semester students. But before starting my topic, I want to say to all the students that please help in the success of Mission Fateh, that is being run by our government of Punjab, in which we have to follow some rules, that is maintain the social distancing, wash the hands time to time, then put mask whenever you go out of your house, and many such precautions that we have to follow during this pandemic situation. Then now let's start with the computer networks topic. What do you mean by a computer network? As we all know that computer means a device with which we are using our system, and network means whatever connection we are doing with our systems. When we are having different types of different computers, then we have to connect them in a network, and when we connect them in a network, that is basically the purpose we are solving is communication, and this is called the computer network. As it is written here, that it is a collection of computing devices. Computer network is a collection of computing devices that are connected in various ways in order to communicate and share resources. That means when different computing devices are connected together in various ways, we are having different ways, we are having different connections in through which we can connect the different computing devices, and in order to communicate and share the resources, either we have to communicate between the two PCs or more than two PCs, or we have to share the resources, we can use the computer network. Usually the connection between the computers in a network are made using physical wires or cables. Basically the connections that are being done between the computers in a network, they are made with the help of wires or cables, but some connectionless are wireless. That means the physical wires or cables that can be used to connect the computers can be optical fiber cables, it can be coaxial cables, UTP, STP. UTP means the unshielded twisted pair cables, STP means the shielded twisted pair cables, but some connectionless or wireless computer connections can also be done using radio waves or infrared signals. Moving on to the term networking, it means the generic term node or host refers to any device on a network. Whenever we talk about a network, then we say that any particular device in a network, whether it is a computer or it is a printer or it is a scanner or any device that is being utilized inside the computer network, a generic term that is used for that particular device is called a node or a host. And basically in a computer network we use computers, so all the computers or any resources that we are using in between are called as node or host. Then the next thing is the data transfer rate. It means the speed with which the data is moved from one place on network to another. That means that whenever the data is moved from one network to another network or within a network, then it transfers, it communicates, or it is moved with respect to a particular speed or a particular rate. That means it is called the data transfer rate. It is a key issue in a computer network. That means the rate of transfer of the information of the data is the main issue in the computer networks, that the network should be designed in such a way that the data should be transferred with a particular kind of a speed. The next point is the computer networks have opened up an entire frontier in the world of computing called the client-server model. Basically, when we talk about the computer networks, we talk about a model named as client-server model. The meaning of that model is that one PC is working as a client and another PC is working as a server. The server has more rights and responsibilities rather than the client. If a client has to do something, that it has to perform any specific function, then it is to request to the server that please give me response so that I should do the particular required task. If the server responses the client in a yes way, then the client can perform that task, otherwise it will not. Here I would like to quote an example for this thing, that as we go to some particular shops that are called the computer shops, where we move on for using of internet, the some students who are not having internet connections at home, or they are not having particular PCs at home, then we go to some print shops or use some PCs there. But if you all have noticed, then you must have noticed that the PCs, if you are using, if you will give any command over that PCs for any printing or scanning option, then you have to ask the shop owner that please say yes from the server so that my request is being processed, should be processed, right? So that means there are some servers who have the right to do the particular task in a computer network, and all the other PCs connected to that particular PC, which is the server, are basically client PCs. The next thing is the file server. That means we are having different types of servers. First one is file server and another one is web server. The file server means a computer that stores and manages files for multiple users on a network are called file servers. Means the computer that basically stores and manages the files different users on a network, on a simple network, on a single network. When multiple users are using that network, then to manage and store the files that all the users are utilizing, that kind of a server is called file server. Then a web server is basically a computer dedicated to responding to requests for the web pages or from the browser clients. That means we are having different two types of servers. Both the servers are basically computers only, but they have different tasks to perform. A computer is called as a file server if it manages and stores the files given by the users, and that server or that computer is called as a web server if it is only dedicated to the requests for opening up the web pages, then that is called a web server. Next is we are having different types of networks, but this we will discuss in the next lecture. This was all about the basic of networking or basic of computer networks. If you are having any queries, any doubts, you can ask anytime. Thank you so much, students.